Remember when Gunmetal came out and everybody was making the TFGO joke because we had weapon skins and an operation-like contract system, and ever since then it seems like Counter-Strike Global Offensive and Team Fortress 2 have been borrowing and sharing gameplay ideas quite frequently, especially with this last Halloween event coming to Counter-Strike Global Offensive. In years past, Halloween has been at least something kind of a thing in Counter-Strike, with chickens dressing up and candy corn spewing out of guns, but this year we have an event-themed map along with an actual event with specific content that's only going to be available for this season. Graveyard Shift. CSGO just got a whole lot spookier. For a limited time, players can fright their way through a midnight makeover of Cobblestone. Along with Cobblestone's haunting new look, players can torment their enemies from the grave as a ghost in Casual, Demolition, and Flying Scoutsman. Spray graffiti, meet up with the undead, or mess around with some breakable objects using a spectral ghost knife. It all makes for a scary good time. And don't forget about the chickens. They're also dressed for the occasion. Happy Halloween. Obviously, if you pay at all attention, Valve gets festive for both the holiday season and Halloween, but this is the first time Counter-Strike Global Offensive has seen something this in-depth. Cobblestone was removed from Casual quite a while back, and we were told that it was going to be receiving quite the makeover. Everybody assumed this was along the same lines as Italy and Dust 2 and all of the other major maps that have received HR remakes. Instead, we have received a Team Fortress 2 event-esque remake of Cobblestone. However, the layout of the map is completely different. 3Clicks made an entire video about the layout changes, and this is likely testing out the changes themselves in a special themed event. Whether or not we're going to be seeing an entire HR remake of Cobble is up in the air. However, this is definitely a test of the layout. So keep in mind, you should be very vocal about your opinion. Also, this ghost mode that's going to be available in Casual, Demolition, and Flying Scoutsman is kind of interesting. Team Fortress 2 had something very similar happen years ago. When players die, instead of just being sent to spectator mode, you can still move around and interact with the map, except you are invisible and the players cannot see you and you cannot interact with any of the players. You can interact with any breakable or interactive items within the map, kill chickens, or just kind of cause some haunting mayhem throughout any of the map. What's interesting is the way this actually works is there's a separate player state of Ghost, and the weapon that you hold, the spectral knife, is actually its own weapon within the game's code. We also have some fixes for Biome and Sub-Zero, as well as some general UI tweaks, and overall, this is the coolest Counter-Strike Global Offensive holiday festive event we've ever had. Hopefully this means that the holiday update will be just as much in depth, and hopefully this also means that the Counter-Strike Global Offensive team have really found their stride. From the public's perspective, it definitely seems that way. This year, we've received so many consistent, small content updates that there's always something to talk about. The difference is we aren't receiving operations. We have recently passed the longest gap of time between operations ever. Operation Hydra came out almost 1 year ago today, making the gap between Wildfire and Hydra shorter than the gap between Hydra and whatever is coming next, if the current Counter-Strike Global Offensive team still sees value in operations. Also, this update did not come out without any hiccups. There's a lot of reports of crashing, and also from my personal experience, using a paid spray on the map makes your view model disappear somehow. The one negative change from my perspective that we have seen over the last year is the complete disappearance. The one negative change that we have seen throughout the last year is the almost complete disappearance of leaks. Throughout 2017, I had at least 5 future content updates that I could name at any given time. There hasn't been a single update that has occurred in the year of 2018 that points towards future content, aside from the MP5 and Panorama. Whereas in 2017, we had things like wearables, hats, and cosmetics, colored smokes, music smokes, survival island, and a battle royale game mode, new weapons like the TAC-21 sniper rifle, and much, much more. I don't know exactly what changed behind the scenes on the Counter-Strike Global Offensive team or engine branch or anything, but pre-leaks, post-leaks, whatever we ended up calling them back in the day, are gone. And that kind of sucks, because that was the most fun stuff to report on. Be it as it may, this update is an incredible sign for the future of CSGO, and to be completely honest, the last few months have been a great sign for the future of CSGO. Great job, team. I love that you're talking on Twitter. I love that we're getting content all the time. I love it. I love you. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Adios.